Come on, Soda Pop, let's go.
Item 23.
Thank you.
Item 23 is set a date of hearing and second reading for Monday, February 1st, 2016 at 7 o'clock p.m. for first reading. An ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, amending the Code of Ordinances of the city by amending Chapter 30, City Council.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lorrie Hogstad, City Clerk. The agenda is, the ordinance, as Tamara read, is an ordinance that was originally amended in 2011 that established specific internal agenda deadlines. Additional amendments were made to this ordinance in 2012 when we changed our meeting day from Mondays to Tuesdays, and that change was made in 12. This proposed ordinance removes the specific deadlines. However, these internal deadlines are already contained either within the city clerk's or the city council procedures manual and or will be added to executive order, which is the executive order for agenda approval form, and will be made a part of that. Of course, public notice will continue, and by state law, we are required to give 24-hour notice, and as you have seen in the overstrike version, we currently give a 4-day notice. The city does ask for some flexibility in our internal deadlines, which is the reason for this proposal. One example is our bid openings are done on Thursdays. Per the ordinance, our deadline for putting contract items on the agenda is Thursday at noon. There are situations where the department that has bid openings will ask if they can please extend that deadline because they would like to get their item on the agenda to do the city's business. It happens sometimes that we maybe don't have a meeting, for instance, for 2 weeks, and we actually had one that I worked with them on Friday, and we extended that deadline so that they could get their item on this particular meeting, and it's actually on there tonight. So that is an example of one of the reasons for the changes for the internal times. We will still continue to have ample notice of our agenda items, and we are not proposing in any way, shape, or form to change the day that we release the agendas. We will continue to release the agendas on Fridays. This simply allows us more flexibility with our internal deadlines. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Otherwise, second reading is slated for February 1st.
Lori, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Erpenbach.
Mr. Mayor, I apologize. I was detained at work this afternoon and so didn't make it for your initial informational. And so
Sure.
I know that you've talked about this extensively. I just want to clarify some things for myself because I was part of the team that wrote this amendment in 2011, and that Friday thing is really important to me. I know that you and I have talked previously about state law is 24 hours, and that's,
Right.
That's set in stone, and it works for every other community in South Dakota. 24 hours does. Talk about how, and I know you just said it, but it helped me feel better about this Friday thing because it is a big deal to me. And Councilor Rolfing and I were having kind of a side conversation. I said, when do you do your homework? I need that whole agenda to do my homework over the weekend. How do we do that if we pass this in the form that it's in?
Well, we could certainly add that back in. I mean, it's more of a hardship for us as well to release everything on Monday. I would have no intention of releasing it on Monday. Friday works for us. We have a lot of preliminary work that we need to have done prior to the Tuesday meeting. We actually love the Tuesday meetings and still have that Friday deadline, so we could certainly write that back in. I'd be absolutely fine with that. It's more of our internal, to say specifically at 12 noon on Thursday, that's the last time you can accept contracts. That's a real hindrance for us.
And if I might, Mr. Mayor, I don't disagree with that. I think the more flexibility we provide for staff, the better, because it does, we've seen how those efficiencies have worked so well with the Tuesday meeting. It just has changed the way things work for all of us, I think.
Right.
But I also have heard you say repeatedly that Thursday noon thing does not work.
Nope,
and so I guess, if we can just be very clear that it is about those internal deadlines. And, I don't want it... I don't know how to say this. I don't want it to be a burden for city council staff, but sometimes we have to bend. And so if,
Definitely.
we publish an agenda on Friday.
Right.
And then Monday noon, something comes through, tough. You're going to have to put it on there,
Yes,
right?
we're
Even
able
though
to
it's been
add it.
published once,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're able to add it because it still be within the 24 hours, which is one of the reasons we move the meetings from Monday to Tuesday, is to have, if something happened over the weekend, we would have that opportunity to still add it on Monday, repost the agenda, and still meet that 24-hour deadline.
Well, and I think you also heard all of the testimony that I just heard that was so incredibly insulting and hurtful. And I want you to be clear with me, because this is so important to me. Again, I helped with the writing of this ordinance the way that it is. This Friday thing is really important, and I think it's really important to you, and you're saying that about your staff as well. It makes
Definitely.
things easier for all of us.
It does, yes.
And it's not going away if we pass
No.
this in the form that it's in, or we can tweak it and add that
Right.
back, that piece back in.
Right, I absolutely would not want to change the deadline to Monday. No, Friday works good for everyone involved.
I'm so glad to hear that,
Yep.
the true information coming out in the follow-up to that. Thank you, I appreciate the time.
Yes, Councilor Kiley.
One other thing, Lori, that you can help me confirm, this is not a proposal coming from the administration, but basically it's coming from this city council, from our city staff. Is that?
That's correct, yep, it did not come from administration.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor Kiley, I thank you for that as well.
Nope, I think this was the first time, well, we briefly talked about it on Friday a little bit, but this is the first time that it's been presented in front of the mayor and the other directors. So, yep, it definitely did not come from administration.
Thanks for clarifying that,
Yes.
Lori. Appreciate it.
Mayor, I would move to set the date of hearing.
Thank you.
Second that?
There's been a motion to set the date of hearing, second reading for this item. It has been seconded by Councilor, it was proposed by Councilor Bach. Thank you, Councilor. Seconded by Councilor Kiley. If there's no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Councilmembers Erpenbach,
Yes.
Karski,
Yes.
Kiley,
Yes.
Rolfing.
Yes.
Staggers.
No.
That has passed 4-1.
Y'all come back now. Here.